Okay, so we need to have a look at some more advanced questions now. Now, if you haven't yet done the easier ones, I strongly suggest you do that first. So, question 1A. 35 as a percentage of 50. 35 50ths. Times top and bottom by 2, you get it out of 100. You get 70 over 100 per 100%. Done. Okay. Part B. 18 as a percentage of 30. 18 over 30, divide top and bottom by 6. No, by 3, sorry. We get 6 over 10, times by 10. 60 over 100 per 100%. Part C. 12 as a percentage of 16, divided by 4, 3/4. I can times both top and bottom by 25. Get 75 out of 100, which is 75%. There we go, those questions are done. And on to question 2. From now on, we're allowed to use calculators in these questions. So, a toy is reduced in cost from £12 to £9.60. So, we're going to use my formula that I explained before, which is that we have our old price. We times our old price by the change, so we get old times change, and that gets you your new price. Now this may seem obvious, but we use this for all of our questions and we just have to rearrange. In this case, we've got our new price, we've got our old price, so we know that change equals new over old. The new price is £9.60, the old price is £12, and that gets me 0.8. Now that's the change, right? So we just see how much does that change from 1. So we do 1 minus 0.8, and that equals 0.2, right? So that is a 20% discount. Okay, you see that is 20% less than 1. If you look here, that is 0.2 less than 1, was 20% less. Okay, and that was A. B. Right, house price has increased from 350 to 430, 500. Find the percentage increase. Again, we're going to find change. So, change equals new over old. The new price in this case is the bigger one. It's 430,500. We divide that by 350,000. Okay, and that comes out to equal 1.23. Okay, so we do 1.23 minus 1, that equals 0.23. So that is a 23% increase. And there we go. Okay, so we see that 1.23 is 0.23 bigger than 1, so it was a 23% increase from the old price. Okay, question 3. Alright, question 3. A meal cost £3 after a 20% increase. So, again, as always, old times change equals new. We know our change, 20% increase, and we know our new, this is afterwards, so we're looking for old. Old equals new over change, which equals 3 over, was a 20% increase, so it's 120% or 1.2, and 3 divided by 1.2 is 2.5. So the old price is £2.50. Okay, part B. In part B, we are told that a gym costs 105 after a 5% reduction in price. What was the original price? Okay, so we have our change, we have our new, and we want old. So again, old equals new over change, and that equals £105. Now it was a 25% reduction, so it is 75% or 0.75. That equals 140. Okay, and that should say percent there. Okay, that's part B. Part C. A phone costs £158.40 after 12% reduction. Okay, so this is our new price, and this is our change, 12% reduction. So again, we have old equals new over change equals 158.40 over change, 12% reduction. So it's 100 minus 12, which is 88%, which is 0.88. Okay, and when we do that, we get £180. There we go, that's question 3 done. Right, question 4. And question 4 is a bit tougher. So, if something is increased in price by 5%, we now know at least that we times it by 1.05. If it was then increased again, we times it by 1.05 again. So, what we're asked for here is, if we had £8,000 in an account that gave 5% interest, right, and then the interest is left on the account the next year, it will also get interest. So how much will you have after 4 years? Okay, this is called compound interest. So, A, we have £8,000, right? And after 1 year, we times it by 1.05. Okay? Then, for the next year, we take all of that and we times it by 1.05. Okay? So that would be 2 years. But we didn't need to write it with that bracket. We could have just written it as 8,000 times 1.05 squared. So if it's just times 1.05 after 1 year, it's 1 times 1.05 squared after 2 years, then it is 8,000 times 1.05 to the 4 after 4 years. Okay? This is why compound interest is a bit more complicated. But this is realistically what banks use. And that equals £9,724 and 5 pence. Okay. Part B. Right, I have some bees, and I'm noticing that I'm getting less honey from my bees each year. I'm actually getting 15% less honey. Right? 1 year I get 4,500 litres of honey. I got quite a lot of bees. Right? And I want to know, how much am I going to have in 2 years after this? Okay, so after 1 year, again, I'm going to have 4,500, and I'm going to times that by, we've got 15% less, so we do 100 minus 15, that's 85% or 0.85. But it's not just after 1 year, it's after 2 years, so we square that. So we do 4,500 times 0.85 squared, and that equals £3,251. £3,251 and 25 pence. Okay. And that's those two done. Well, that should have a pound symbol. Right. Now on to question 5. Okay. This one's a toughie. If you manage to get this one out, that's very good. So, a company is worth £92,000 in a year. 2 years later, it is worth £87,033.25, and we want to know what the average percentage loss is each year. Now, it's not going to be a simple loss, right? It's going to be one of these compound losses. So we set it up in the same way, which is that old times change equals new. We want change, so we get change equals new over old, right? Our new price is the smaller one in this case because we're losing money. It's 87,033.25. We're dividing that by 92,500, right? And when we do that, we get 0.9409. 0.9409. Now, it'd be tempting to work out what that percentage was and just half it, but that's not how it worked. Like, just like we saw before, if we knew what our percentage change was, we'd have our percentage change times by our percentage change. So, what we have just actually found is the square of that. Okay, so we find that when we find our actual change, that will be the square root of 0.9409. That equals 0.97. Oh, that's a much nicer number. So 0.97 minus 1 is minus 0.03, which is minus 3%. So therefore, we have a 3% loss every year. And there we go. That is one of the hardest styles of questions that you will have to face with this. Manage to get that out, well done.